Hello, this is Plutoburns with a review of the light novel All You Need Is Kill, which was adapted into a manga of the same name and into a movie starring Tom Cruise called Edge of Tomorrow. Written by Hiroshi Sakurazaka, All You Need Is Kill is a Japanese light novel. For those of you who don't know, light novels are a short book format popular in Japan. They are most comparable in length to the pulpy sci-fi novels we have, but they also tend to include high-quality sketch artwork. Artwork that is notably absent from the English release. Now then, the story. Earth has been invaded by aliens. They are slowly terraforming the planet to be more suitable for them. Pretty much everything south of Alabama has been turned into arid wasteland. Humanity is putting up a valiant fight using newly designed power armor made in Japan. Japan has been lucky to avoid attention from the aliens, but now they have to start defending their own shores. Keiji Kiraya is 20. He was kind of aimless in life, so he signed up for the Defense Force. Today is his first battle, and it's going badly. His entire unit has been wiped out, and fresh from training, he has no idea how to survive on the battlefield. He takes some pretty nasty wounds, but gets rescued by Rita Vrataski, the full metal bitch. She gets the mimics off of Keiji, but his wounds are fatal. She moves off to kill some more monsters, and Keiji decides to use his last moments to get some kills on the monsters that murdered him. He spots one that sticks out and suicide rushes, managing to kill it before he keels over. Then he wakes up in his bed 24 hours before his first battle begins. All You Need Is Kill can best be described as Groundhog Day meets Starship Troopers with the tone of Saving Private Ryan. Keiji finds himself trapped in a time loop that encompasses one day of training followed by a battle that invariably kills him. After a few attempts to escape the loop by avoiding the battle, he eventually decides that his only hope is to use his newfound immortality to train as much as possible and survive the coming battle. And train he does. The story, of course, does not detail every single one of his eventual 160-something loops, but does use the first 5 or so to establish the pattern of events that would occur were Keiji not changing things. At a later point, Keiji recounts his adjusted day that he goes through to train himself, including his acquisition of a large battle axe to better slaughter the mimics. The mimics are actually a very intriguing foe. They are not an invading alien force, they are the terraformers sent ahead of the colonists. Delivered on a meteor, powerful nanobots were deposited in the oceans. There, the nanobots fused with a species of starfish and forcefully evolved the starfish for their own needs. The final form, that was apparently the limit of what the nanobots could create, are quite difficult to kill, though not overly intelligent. But what I find most interesting is the tidbits of information we get about the alien race that launched the probe. Coming from a dying world, they scanned planets within their reach that resided in the habitable zone of star systems. There were dissenting voices that called for determining whether there was life on said planets before beginning the terraforming, but they were overruled out of necessity. This is a truly unique invasion setup, as the invaders aren't malicious. They simply could not spare the time to determine whether their survival would involve trampling over ours. I can't help but feel there is a lightly worded rebuttal of human expansion buried in that part of the story. Now, as a war story, there are several action scenes, and this is some of the best action I've ever read. It's quick and brutal and deftly conveys the action without becoming bogged down in words. But once the loops start, the author wisely shifts focus towards character moments. Now, if you're familiar with Groundhog Day, you know that interactions essentially reset after a day, so only the looping character can experience an arc. And while Keiji's growth from Greenhorn to Seasoned Warrior is well handled, he isn't interesting enough to carry the whole experience the way Bill Murray carried Groundhog Day. So we also have Rita Vrataski. She was sent with a U.S. Special Forces team to help defend the production of power armor in Japan, and she has also looped. A surprising chunk of the light novel is devoted to Rita Vrataski's backstory, detailing her early days as a soldier. She was caught in a loop, and after 202 iterations, escaped from the loop as humanity's greatest warrior. She is an excellent foil for Keiji, though she cannot experience his loop with him. But as the only people for whom time is no longer a straight line, they are literally the only people who understand what the other is going through. They become a powerful emotional core for the novel. Now, from when I first read the manga, I knew that my overall opinion of the story would hinge on the ending. Such a clever story would leave a sour taste in my mouth if it did not have a satisfactory ending. All the forward tension of the story that had been building up in the loop needed something worthy of it. Without wishing to spoil, though not everyone is going to enjoy the ending, it is at least worthy of the story preceding it. All You Need Is Kill is one of the most exciting and gripping reads I've had in a while. The short format makes the pacing quick, resulting in a particularly zippy read. But the high sci concept and powerful ending make it meatier than your average pulp novel. With an excellent translation, it's all too easy for me to recommend this book to literally anyone. Even if sci-fi isn't your thing, there is a strong enough human element in this story to keep you invested. Now, let's just hope the movie doesn't screw it up. Till next time, I'm Plutoburns, and thank you for watching.
All you need is love.